Have you ever walked out of a meeting thinking, did they even hear what I just said? You repeated yourself, you tried explaining it clearly, but somehow, people still ask the same questions. Let's break this down. Most people don't mean to ignore you, but certain habits in how we speak make it hard for others to stay engaged. Here are 3 common reasons people stop listening. Reason 1. You delay your point. People's attention spans are short. If you take too long to get to the point, their brains wander. For example, in a weekly team meeting, a manager named Jason spent 5 minutes giving background before explaining a system update. By the time he actually said what was changing, the team was confused and zoned out. Half of them missed the update completely because they couldn't figure out what was important. Now, what Jason could have done is, to start with, we're updating the system this Friday at 5 p.m. Here's what you need to know. Reason 2. Your tone doesn't match your message. Tone carries emotional weight. If you sound defensive or tired, people react to that energy before your actual words. For example, a team lead, Alice, had great ideas, but she spoke too softly and hesitantly in meetings. Even when her points were valid, others didn't take her seriously. Why? Because her tone lacked confidence. What Alice could have done is, to practice her delivery and speak with the energy that matches her conviction. The idea alone isn't enough, people need to feel your belief in it. Reason 3. You don't listen first. People usually tend to mirror your behavior. If you don't make them feel heard, they're less likely to pay attention when it's your turn. Here is a quick story. An intern named Chen always tried to prove his ideas fast, often jumping into conclusions or solutions before fully hearing the entire problem. Eventually, co-workers stopped involving him in discussions. Not because he wasn't smart, but because he didn't listen completely first. What Chen needed to do is to create presence. Take a moment, ask questions, clarify, then speak his mind. Now let's move to the next section. How to get people to actually listen. Let's flip the switch. Here are 5 simple strategies used by great communicators. Number 1. Lead with the point. Think like a journalist. Give the headline, then, the story. Instead of, last week's campaign didn't go as planned. We had issues with the platform and the response was slower than usual. What you can say is, our campaign underperformed by 40%. Here's what went wrong, and continue with your story. This will immediately grabs attention and sets the stage. Number 2. Use intentional tone and pacing. Try recording yourself, either with your phone or your PC. Play it back and listen for flat energy, mumbling, or filler words like you know, or like and so on. One good example is former US President Barack Obama. He is known for his pauses and pacing. He doesn't rush, he lets his words land, creating impact and allowing people to digest his words. You know, you don't have to be a politician. Just speak like what you're saying matters. Number 3. Always check in with your listener. At times, stop midway and ask, is this making sense so far? Do you agree with this direction? This will then make everyone feel included. It also forces them to stay mentally present and pay attention to what you are saying. Number 4. Read the room. Pay attention to body language, facial expressions, posture and energy shifts. Whether people are fidgeting, distracted, or looking lost. Adjust your delivery, or engage them. Steve Jobs was famous for tweaking his presentation midway if he felt the audience was confused. He didn't just push forward, he responded to the moment by reading the room. Number 5. The lesser, the better. You don't need to always try and sound smart. You need to be understood and get the message across. For example, instead of saying, we should consider the feasibility of optimizing operational performance parameters, so many big words. You can just say, let's find ways to work faster and smarter. Clarity wins every time. Remember, always KISS. Keep it short and simple. Before we end, I would like to leave you with a thought. If people regularly don't listen to you, ask yourself, am I leading with clarity? Do I sound like I believe in what I say? Do I make others feel heard? Because when people feel respected, clarity, and being included, they will, naturally pay attention. Better communication isn't about being loud. It's about being clear, intentional, and just being human. If you like this content, tap that like button, and subscribe.